Now on rally class we do have a few here. The S1 used to be amongst the best ones, but now we have more powerful and faster rally cars, so this thing is nowhere to be seen. You can definitely get wins with it, don't get me wrong, you can definitely win with it. It does lack a little bit of power when you're going off-road, but if you're good with your NOS management, you can easily keep up with the metal cars. That's no issue. So in a way 50-50, I'll say it's alternative to a metal car, but what I'm 100% sure about is that the Cadillac is definitely an alternative to a metal car. This thing is fast, it pulls through the off-road. I mean, it's very powerful. It has 1300 horsepower, so you can definitely get some wins with it. Not the fastest acceleration, but still okay, so to say. It's pretty stable, it's not too loose, so definitely an alternative to a metal car. The Camaro RS does accelerate pretty quickly. It has very good NOS power. Not the best in corners, not the most stable, but it can be competitive sometimes if you can handle it. Now the Camaro SS is definitely competitive, definitely a metal alternative. It's just a very good car, although I will give you one tip. When you drive this car and when you go through jumps while you're mid-air, don't make too many adjustments, because this car is like a thin paper on the air. I don't know, you easily lose control, you easily mess up your landing. So other than that, it's a pretty solid car, fast, decent, very good in my book. Definitely alternative to a metal car. From the Fords, the Fiesta is probably one of my favorites. I was driving this thing a lot. Now I'm trying to drive different rally cars. I mean, as you can see from the mileage, I drove the shit out of this car. It's probably my top favorite, so to say, in my top 3 definitely. I don't know, it feels the fastest out of all Fords here. The second fastest, now you might be surprised, but I will say that is the Focus RS. It's fast, it's very fast, it's decent. I definitely won against some metal cars. I would definitely recommend it, and in my book it is considered to be an alternative to a metal car, definitely 100%. Now the Focus RS, the Globe Motorsport Edition, this thing used to be my #1 choice. I drove this thing a lot, but now it just feels slow, and sometimes I really struggle to keep up with metal cars. It can be competitive sometimes, depending on the route. You can definitely get wins with it. You can definitely outrun some metal cars if you're good with your NOS management again, but I don't know, I wouldn't consider it to be an alternative to a metal car. The Lancias, they are all good. These two, the Rally 037 and the Stratos HF GR4, extremely lows. I struggle to handle them sometimes, if I'm honest. They are extremely fast, but handling is, I don't know, it's very complicated. You have to have a lot of practice if you want to drive these things. I don't know, both of them are pretty wild cars. You can easily lose control with both of them, and sometimes it's very hard to correct, and by the time you correct them, a few people have passed you and you just have to play catch up for the rest of the section. So I don't know, I wouldn't consider them an alternative to a metal car, but if you can handle them, they're both pretty good. But alternative to a metal car, I know some people consider the Delta S4 to be a metal car, but I don't know. For me, an alternative would be the Hoodlum Racing Crew Edition. It does like to slide a little bit more than the base version, but still both of them are pretty good. The Mazda RX-7 is definitely an alternative to Omega car in my book. It's fast, it's a little bit wild, sometimes it's unpredictable. You don't know when it's going to when you're going to lose the rear end, but other than that, it's definitely an alternative to Omega car in my book. Again, for those who don't know, the Countryman is amongst the best ones. If you have a section where you have a lot of bumps and stuff off-road, you can definitely go with the Countryman. It feels very smooth, or one of the smoothest rally cars when you go through bumps, so it's definitely an alternative to a Omega car. You can easily get wins with it and win against some Omega cars. For the Porsches, we only have this one, and yes, I do consider it to be an alternative to Omega car. It's fast, it's a pretty solid car all around. It does tend to slide a little bit sometimes, but it's nothing too crazy like the Lancia cars. You can easily control it. I see that people are still using it, which makes me happy, to be honest. I don't want to just see the Peugeots and Citroens and whatnot. It's a pretty good car. You can definitely get some wins with it. I don't have the pro settings for it. I'm still working on it. I'm trying a few things. So when I'm done with the pro settings, I will definitely upload it for this Porsche, and you guys will give it a try, and hopefully you will like them.